How are you today? I'm very happy to talk to you again. I hope you are doing excellently. I hope you are coping well with this, and I hope you are still motivated and ready to learn. Okay, so today we are going to talk about something that it scares some people, that are the conditionals. You remember what the conditionals are? What do we use them for? No? Any idea? Something comes to your mind? Okay, so maybe if you want, pause the video, take a minute, reflect, maybe check your old notebooks. Remember what you know about conditionals, because today I'm not going to actually teach you what conditionals are, but I'm going to give you hopefully some new information about them. So I am relying on the fact that you already know what conditionals are and what do we use them for and how they are made. Okay, so if you have no idea what conditionals are, pause the video, look for some information, try to remember some things, maybe text me, teacher, I have no idea, help me, and then we can continue watching, because today I am going to reveal some information about conditionals for you. Okay, well, so conditionals, we know, maybe you recognize it from the word if, right? Uh, Conditionals express relationships of cause and effect. I mean, what is the condition for something to happen? That is, something will happen if something else happen, right? Cause and effect. That is what we use conditionals for. So conditionals, what are they? They are usually sentences which are formed by two clauses. We call them clauses. That's a very technical term. You can call them two phrases, right? One clause expresses the condition. I mean, what is the cause? What do we need to do in order for another action to happen? And the other clause, obviously the other sentence, expresses the result. If I do action number one, what is going to be the result? And that is going to be the second clause. Okay, that is what a conditional is, and that is in general how we use them. Let's give it a look very quickly. I know if you are with me so far, if you have remembered all you know about conditionals, probably your teachers told you a long time ago that there were four conditionals, right? Do you remember? Four conditionals, and then you were struggling, remember the tenses, and remember. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. Uh, Maybe your teachers divided conditionals like that to make it a little bit easier for you to understand, but in reality, a more accurate way of dividing conditionals would be in two forms. The first form that we're going to give it a look today are the real conditionals. So in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about real conditionals. Why do we call them real? Why I don't divide them like I used to learn them. So let's take a look. So real conditionals, as its name indicates, they are conditionals that talk about, well, reality, right? I mean, the real life, the real world. One of those real conditionals, and I put it like in quotation marks because that name is just a guide. It's the one that you know as zero conditional. Remember zero conditional? Well, if you don't, I quickly tell you. Zero conditional talks about rules and laws of nature. So zero conditional is going to talk to me about an inevitable result of an action. Remember I told you conditionals are always like cause and effect? So when I use zero conditional, it's because I am talking about something that is inevitable if I do one action. Let me give you an example. If you heat water to 100 degrees, I mean, that is the conditional clause. That is the sentence that explains what needs to be done. And then we have the result, which is going to be in blue. During these videos, all the sentences that express the conditional are going to be in red, and then the result clause is going to be in blue for you to, identify them easily. In the real world, there are no colors, but maybe it's going to help you to, as we start, as we explain. Okay? Well, so zero conditional, it's telling me something that it's inevitable. If you heat water to 100 degrees, inevitably it boils. There is no other possible result. Nothing else will happen to your water, but it's going to start boiling. So that's a law of nature, right? Another law of nature is you need a passport when you travel. Oh, it's supposed to say abroad, but I think I covered it. But it says you need a passport when you travel abroad. That's a rule. That's a law of nature, right? Well, not of nature, but of people. You cannot go abroad to another country if you don't have a passport, right? So it's inevitable. To do this, you need to have this. So now that you remember zero conditional, right? Let's talk a little bit about the structure. As you can see, sometimes we can start talking about the condition first. ¿Qué cosa hay que hacer? If you heat water to 100 degrees. And then after that, you put the result. It boils. But the order is not really very strict. You can put them the other way around and there is no problem. You could say water boils if you heat it to 100 degrees. No problem. Or you can say when you travel abroad, you need a passport. So we can turn them around without any problem. But I want you to take a look at this in case you don't remember it. Probably you do. If, conditional, if you start your sentence with the conditional, with the cause, well, obviously, you write it and then you use a comma to divide it from the result. If you heat water to 100 degrees, comma, it boils. But if you do it the other way around, es decir, si primero pones el resultado, you need a passport when you travel abroad, you don't need a comma. ¿Ok? So, again, si va primero el condicional, pongo una coma y después el resultado. Si va primero el resultado, no es necesario poner coma y ya después pongo el condicional. ¿Ok? So, in the case of zero conditional, we have two options. I can express the condition with the word if you heat water to 100 degrees, or you can express the condition with the word when you travel abroad. They are, when we're talking about zero conditional, that is when we are talking about inevitable things, they can be exchanged. You can say if you heat water, or you can say when you heat water. The same with the passport thing. When you travel abroad, or if you travel abroad, okay? When you are talking about rules or laws or inevitable things, you can use if or when. And if you notice in the water sentence, the two verbs, the two actions, they need to be in what form, in what tense? Exactly. They need to be in simple present. So that is to say, probably you should forget about the term zero conditional. When you want to talk about a cause and effect relationship, about something inevitable, you use simple present, okay? In both cases. If you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. If you freeze water to 0 degrees, or if you cool water to 0 degrees, it freezes. If you drop your phone, it gets broken. If you take care of your pet, it is healthy. So when you are talking about those kind of things, simple present and simple present. Okay? Well, we're going to continue with the next conditional or the next form in the following video. So stick with me.